Burnaby is a city in British Columbia, Canada, located immediately to the east of Vancouver. It is the third largest city in British Columbia by population, surpassed only by nearby Surrey and Vancouver. It was incorporated in 1892 and achieved city status in 1992, 100 years after incorporation. It is the seat of the Greater Vancouver Regional District's government, the board of which calls itself Metro Vancouver. History: at incorporation, the municipality's citizens unanimously chose to name it after the legislator, Speaker, Freemason and explorer Robert Burnaby, who had been private secretary to Colonel Richard Moody, the first land commissioner for the colony of British Columbia, in the mid-19th century. In 1859 Burnaby had surveyed the freshwater lake near what is now the city's geographical centre. Moody chose to name it Burnaby Lake. In the first 30 to 40 years after its incorporation, the growth of Burnaby was influenced by its location between expanding urban centres of Vancouver and New Westminster. It first served as a rural agricultural area supplying nearby markets. Later, it served as an important transportation corridor between Vancouver, the Fraser Valley and the interior and continues to do so. As Vancouver expanded and became a metropolis, it was one of the first tier-bedroom community suburbs of Vancouver itself, along with the city and district of North Vancouver, and Richmond. Burnaby has shifted in character over time from rural to suburban to urban. Geography and land use. Burnaby occupies 98.60 square kilometres and is located at the geographical centre of the Metro Vancouver area. Situated between the city of Vancouver on the west and Port Moody, Coquitlam, and New Westminster on the east, Burnaby is further bounded by Burrard Inlet and the Fraser River on the north and south respectively. Burnaby, Vancouver and New Westminster collectively occupy the major portion of the Burrard Peninsula. The elevation of Burnaby ranges from sea level to a maximum of 370 metres atop Burnaby Mountain. Due to its elevation, the city of Burnaby experiences quite a bit more snowfall during the winter months than nearby Vancouver or Richmond. Overall, the physical landscape of Burnaby is one of hills, ridges, valleys and an alluvial plain. The land features and their relative locations have had an influence on the location, type and form of development in the city. Burnaby is home to many industrial and commercial firms. British Columbia's largest commercial mall, the Metropolis at Metrotown, is located in Burnaby. Still, Burnaby's ratio of parkland to residence is one of the highest in North America, and it maintains some agricultural land, particularly along the Fraser Foreshore Flats in the Big Bend neighborhood along its southern perimeter. Burnaby parks, rivers, and lakes. Major parklands and waterways in Burnaby include Central Park, Robert Burnaby Park, Kensington Park, Burnaby Mountain, Still Creek, the Brunette River, Burnaby Lake, Deer Lake, and Squint Lake. Transportation. The SkyTrain rapid transit system, based in Burnaby, crosses the city from east to west in two places. The Expo Line crosses the south along Kingsway and the Millennium Line follows Lougheed Highway. The SkyTrain has encouraged closer connections to New Westminster, Vancouver, and Surrey, as well as dense urban development at Lougheed Town Centre on the city's eastern border, at Brentwood Town Centre in the centre-west, and most notably at Metrotown in the south. Major north-south streets crossing the city include Boundary Road, Willingdon Avenue, Royal Oak Avenue, Kensington Avenue, Spurling Avenue, Gaglady Way, Caribou Road, and North Road. East-west routes linking Burnaby's neighbouring cities to each other include Hastings Street, Barnett Highway, the Lougheed Highway, Kingsway, Canada Way and Marine Drive Marine Way. Douglas Road, which used to cross the city from northwest to southeast, has largely been absorbed by the Trans-Canada Highway and Canada Way. Since the 1990s, Burnaby has developed a network of cycling trails. It is also well served by Metro Vancouver's bus system, run by the Coast Mountain Bus Company, a division of TransLink. Demographics. According to BC Stats, in 2010 the estimated population of Burnaby was 227,389. 2011 According to the 2011 Canadian census, The population of Burnaby is 223,218, a 10.1% increase from 2006. The population density is 2,463.5 people per square kilometre. The median age is 39.8 years old, which is slightly lower than the median age of Canada at 40.6 years old. There are 91,383 private dwellings with an occupancy rate of 95.0%. According to the 2011 National Household Survey, the median value of a dwelling in Burnaby is $600,941, which is much higher than the national average at $280,552. Burnaby is one of the 8 cities in Canada which does not have a majority racial group. The racial makeup of Burnaby is 39.1% white, 36.0% East Asian, 30.8% Chinese, 3.5% Korean, 1.7% Japanese, 7.9% South Asian, 7.1% Indian, 7.7% Southeast Asian, 5.9% Filipino, 2.0% West Asian, 1.7% Latin American, 1.6% Black, 1.5% Aboriginal, 0.9% First Nations, 0.5% Métis, 0.7% Arab, 1.8% multiracial, 2.3% including Métis, 0.2% other. Religious profile Burnaby's religious profile, 35.3% no religious affiliation, 21.3% Roman Catholic, 19.9% Protestant, 6.1% Christian, not included elsewhere, 4.9% Buddhist, 4.8% Muslim, 2.9% Sikh, 2.3% Christian Orthodox, 1.5% Hindu, 0.4% Eastern religions, not included elsewhere, 0.3% other religions, not included elsewhere, 0.3% Jewish. People in politics. While Burnaby occupies about 4% of the land area of the Greater Vancouver Regional District, it accounted for about 10% of the region's population in 2001. It is the third most populated urban centre in British Columbia with an estimated population of 205,261. Like much of Greater Vancouver, Burnaby has always had large ethnic and immigrant communities. To cite 2 examples, North Burnaby near Hastings Street has long been home to many Italian restaurants and recreational box games, while Metrotown's ever-sprouting condominium towers in the south have been fueled in part by more recent arrivals from China, Taiwan, South Korea, and the former Yugoslavia. According to the 2006 census, 54% of Burnaby residents have a mother tongue that is neither English nor French. Politically, Burnaby has maintained a centre-left city council and school board for many years, whilst sometimes electing more conservative legislators provincially and federally. Its longest-serving politician had been Svend Robinson of the New Democratic Party, Canada's first openly gay Member of Parliament, but after 25 years and 7 elections he resigned his post in early 2004 after stealing and then returning an expensive ring. Burnaby voters endorsed his assistant, Bill 6A, as his replacement in the spring 2004 Canadian federal election. In the May 2005 provincial election, residents of the city sent a mix of BC Liberal and NDP representatives to the British Columbia legislature. According to a 2009 survey by Maclean's magazine, Burnaby is Canada's best-run city. The survey looks at a city's efficiency, the cost of producing results, and the effectiveness of his city's services. Industry and economy. Major technology firms such as Electronic Arts, Creo, Ballard Power Systems and TELUS base their operations in Burnaby. Heavy industry includes Chevron Corporation and Petro-Canada petroleum refineries on the shores of Burrard Inlet. Other companies such as eBay, Future Shop, Ritchie Brothers, Auctioneers and Nokia have significant facilities in Burnaby as well. Other firms with operations based in Burnaby include Canada-wide Media, Dotier, TELUS, Terradc, AFCC, Mercedes-Benz Fuel Cell, HSBC Group Systems Development Center, and TransLink. The city features high-density residential areas, major commercial town centers, rapid transit, high-technology research and business parks, film production studios such as the Bridge Studios, TV stations such as Global TV and comprehensive industrial estates. Sports, Burnaby has an velodrome, the Burnaby Velodrome. Education, School District 41 is responsible for the public schools in Burnaby. It also has a community and adult education department, and also an international students program. Major post-secondary institutions include the main campuses of Simon Fraser University and the British Columbia Institute of Technology. Culture, Burnaby South Secondary School features the Michael J. Fox Theatre, a community theatre seats 613 with 11 wheelchair spaces. Notable people: Carl Elzer, NHL hockey player; Glenn Anderson, NHL hockey player; Michael Bublé copyright, singer; Christy Clark, Premier of British Columbia; Chris Chucko, NHL hockey player; Ian James Collett, voice actor, writer, TV producer; Robin Isrock, South African-born Canadian travel writer, TV host and author; Michael J. Fox, Canadian-American actor; Jacob Hoggard, lead singer of Headley; Joe Keithley, musician and political activist; Eagle Keys, American-born CFL football player and head coach; Jason LaBarbera, NHL hockey player; Brad Laurie, movie stuntman; Kendall McArdle, former NHL hockey player and investment banker; John H. MacArthur, Harvard Business School dean; Darren McCarty, NHL hockey player; Carrie Ann Moss, movie, television and voice actress; Dave Nonis, former senior vice president and director of hockey operations of the Toronto Maple Leafs; Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, NHL hockey player; Mark Luva, NHL and KHL hockey player; Buzz Parsons, NASL soccer player and later CSL coach; Doug Ald Campbell-Patterson, Scottish-born Burnaby pioneer; Dick Phillips, American-born MLB baseball player and PCL team manager; Sven Robinson, former federal MP, arbitrator advocate and parliamentary relations consultant; Cliff Ronning, NHL hockey player; Joe Sakic, NHL hockey player; Mike Santorelli, NHL hockey player; Murray Sawchuk, Canadian-born Las Vegas-based magician; Josh Simpson, USL soccer player; Christine Sinclair, NWSL soccer player; Don Taylor, Vancouver area television sportscaster; Patrick Vierkich, NHL hockey player; Greg Zornan, AHL and NHL hockey player. Symbols: Burnaby's official flower is the rhododendron. Sister cities: Burnaby has 4 sister cities: Zhongshan, Guangdong, China; Kushiro, Japan; Mesa, Arizona, United States; Hwaseong, Gyeonggi, Korea. Surrounding municipalities. See also: Burnaby Public Library. References. External links: media related to Burnaby at Wikimedia Commons, City of Burnaby, Tourism Burnaby, Burnaby Public Library, Burnaby Parks and Rec, British Columbia Institution of Technology.